so I'm going to cover the first week of June as requested, Euro US dollar. We'll go through bar replay and we'll show what positions we had the first 5 trades. So if we jump onto the charts here, we can see we've got Euro US dollar. I've bar replayed right up till the 31st of May 2023, and it's a complete bare naked chart. So we're going to go through the 4-hour directional bias first, like we always do, and we'll run through that first 5 trades, win or lose, whatever happens, and I'll go through the whole strategy. So first thing we do is we need to mark out our 4-hour dealing range. So we look at the lowest point, we're in a downtrend, so we're picking the lowest candle. Another one, we trail it back for the high. It's the most recent fractal high. Why do we use fractals? Because they're just confirmed, they're more defined highs and lows, and it just cuts out a lot of the noise, like what's liquidity, what's not. It's a fractal and its recent price, that's all. So now we can use our premium versus discount range, which helps identify when we are buying and when we are selling. And then finally, one more thing is what actually is our directional bias right now. We've got our 4-hour dealing range, but are we buying, are we selling, and why? So if we look at what the previous range low was, which has been breached, and we look at which candlesticks are formed here. Now this is the end of May, but the first one was one bearish body close. So this is unconfirmed. We'd be waiting for the next candle to close. The next candle is a bullish candle, so it's NFT, it's no follow through. It's essentially a reversal, which was short-lived because obviously it did pull back. There was no trades in there. I've already had a look, but that's May anyway. And then it pushed lower again. So it's a second bearish body close below that recent fractal low, meaning that this now becomes FT. This is follow through. So the momentum is now to the downside for the time being. So directional bias for us with FT is from a pro trend move, we need to wait for price to push into premium, and then we will look to sell in premium, and we want at least a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio before it hits the 4-hour range low. Now what we can also do, our advanced traders who know what they're doing and they've done their due diligence, they've done their testing. What we can also do, because we are anticipating price to pull into premium before we sell anyway, we can counter trend play that and we can buy immediately into premium. So anywhere in discount we can buy, anywhere in premium we can sell, as long as our entry model presents itself, which of course we're going to adhere to a T. So let's dive down to the 15-minute. And let's just carefully have a look at the date. So we're still the 31st of May for now. We can see June is over here. We've had London and New York, so we're now heading into Asia, which we are in the UK. We don't trade, we're asleep. So I'll just pull that forward slightly. We'll keep going until we see we're close to London. What time is this? This is still way into the night. For now, we're going to mark on our 15-minute range, our external range. So we can see from New York, which was the highest point of the previous day, was here, then it broke the low, trail that down. That's when we had that confirmed follow through, that second bearish 4-hour candle. There's the next fractal high. We can see then overnight and heading into Asia, that high gets taken. So we move to the highest point and then trail back to the most recent fractal low on the 15 minutes. This is our 15-minute range. You can see our premium versus discount here to the left. You can see where we had confirmed directional bias. So remember what we're doing from a pro trend perspective, we're looking to sell in premium. But from a counter trend perspective, if the setup provides itself in kill zone session, we can buy into premium. So what time are we now? We are still late in the evenings. So let's just move that forward. New 15-minute range. And we just keep moving this range. Clearly we wouldn't be staying up all night doing this. We'd be asleep right now. But I'm just doing this for the purpose that you can see what we would do during the day. Obviously it'd be much slower because every candle is 15 minutes. So we're not doing this on the 1 minute chart, don't get confused. So we're now 6 AM and that breaks the low again. So we're trailing that range low to current price and then trailing the high to the most recent fractal. That was our 15-minute external range. Breaks the low again. We'll just keep playing this at the minute. And we will very soon head into London. Here we go. So nothing's happened yet. Our London session has started. It's now 7:30 a.m. UK time, and that session will run till 10 a.m. So entry model wise, super simple, clean. We already have our directional bias. If we're happy to do counter trend moves, if we've done our due diligence, if we've mastered the trading strategy, if you know the power of two strategy like the back of your hand and you've tested it over and over again, which does nothing but instill confidence in yourself that it works over a large enough sample size. Even if your strike rate's 30%, you're still going to end the month in profit. But typically about 50 to 60% strike rate on this strategy. Now, what we want to do on the 15-minute, I am considering bias here because I'm experienced with this strategy and I'm confident enough that I can take counter trend plays. What did I say? Anything in discount here, I can look to buy into premium as long as I can get a 3-to-1 before it hits this range high. I'll be happy with that. Now, what do I need? I need either a 15-minute range sweep inside London or a most recent fractal sweep inside London. Now, seeing as the most recent fractal is also the range low, it's essentially the same thing. It's like a double whammy. It's like a double bonus, right? So let's just see what happens. I'm pretty sure we get a sweep like we do there. If we just move this range box to the right so you can see. Now, sweep occurs in discount. Entry would be buy stop above the candle which swept. Okay? Sweeps during kill zone. This is not market execution, so we're only in when the trade tags us in. Stop loss and 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio every single time. Let's just keep it there. Let's see if it tags us in first or whether the candle will drop lower. Okay, so the candles drop lower. So now we have our refined entry model, which is something I've not shared with you on YouTube yet. So you're getting to see extra sauce here. The fact that this has not tagged me into the trade means that I just remove that order. I delete that pending order from MT4, MT5, whichever platform you're using. Has the trade now been invalidated? No, it's just extended the sweep. So we're still inside kill zone and price has created a lower low in this case. So now, once that candle is closed, which it has, I can now set a buy stop above that extension of the sweep. The low of that is 13.5, so I'm going to increase that to 14. I always round up. EU, you can be a little bit tighter. If this was GU, I'd be going 15, 16 pips. And we've got a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio again. Now let's see if price tags us in. And if price doesn't tag me in before 10 a.m., I'll remove the order because outside kill zone tag invalidates the trade. So let's see what happens next. We get a retrace and it tags us in within 30, 40 minutes, right? So we're in the trade now. Let's just play that forwards. We're outside of kill zone, so we're not looking to scale in. What I am going to do, if I just move this out of the way so we can see, because we're heading closer to New York session now, I'm going to keep that range box where it was just to identify for you watching this, that was based on the liquidity there, that entry model. But what do we have now? We have to identify a new 15-minute range. So the low was down here, the high previously was here, and now it's up there. So this is the current range. We're now also in premium. Remember, we had follow through to the downside. So we're looking for sells. That's a pro trend move. So we can look for sells if we get a sweep of liquidity inside New York. Let's see what happens. We've got New York. We've had no sweep of liquidity to the low. We get TP on the buys. And we've had a sweep of liquidity here as well. So what do we do here? We've had a 15-minute range high sweep of liquidity in premium during New York session. This is a valid trade. We've got 16 here, so let's round up to 17 pip stop loss. Typical practice for EU. 3 to 1. Can we get 3 to 1 before the 4-hour range low? Yes, we can. That's all the way down here. And it's either going to tag me in or it's going to go higher. Let's see what happens. It goes higher. So remember what we do. This is an extended sweep. We delete that pending. We wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Is the trade still valid? Did it create a higher high? Yes, it did. Is it still during New York session? Yes, it is. Am I looking to sell in premium? Yes, I am. So now that 15-minute candle is closed. We set a new pending sell stop order, not market execution. Here. Stop loss would be 13 pips. Let's round it up. Doing the same thing consistently. 3 to 1 TP. It's either going to tag me in or it's going to push higher. It pushes higher without tagging me in. So we remove that order. And what time are we now? We're now 3 p.m. end of New York session. So we've got one day, that's the 1st of June. We're up 3%. You selected this time period, not me. Let's go. So we're now chilling and heading into that evening UK time, we get a 4-hour breach. So what are we doing? We're coming off the 15-minute. We're no longer looking for entries. We're looking at the 4-hour directional bias. So what have we had? We've had one bullish body close, which is unconfirmed directional bias. So we're not doing anything right now. That previous directional bias is now old news. We've made profit off of that. And we're going to use this previous range high as our directional bias, which is currently unconfirmed. So we're not doing anything. So let's just label that unconfirmed. This is our new range high. Do we trail back and have a look to see if we've had a new range low? Yes, we do. We've got a new fractal form there. So our range follows up. We move our premium versus discount up 2. And now because we've got unconfirmed directional bias, we're waiting for another 4-hour candle. So this is where you'd be at work, or you'd be going to the gym, you'd be going to the coffee shop, you'd be doing things that you want to do, enjoy life. You don't have to be staring at the charts. If we have unconfirmed directional bias, you've got 4 hours to do other things. Or if maybe another pair is setting up, you'd focus on those pairs and you wouldn't look at this until your alerts hit. So let's play that forward to the next candle, see what happens. And we get a second consecutive bullish body close above the previous fractal high, which confirms for us strong follow through. So this is a development of follow through whereby we do not get an initial wick close and we get 2 body closes consecutive without a bearish candle or an inside bar in between. So we can take advantage now of looking for buys, following that momentum, carrying that momentum to the upside without having to wait for price to trail back into discount. So now what we're going to do is just move our range high up, follow price. We'll dive down to the 15-minute to see what's happening. Are we actually in kill zone? No, this is late evening, so let's play this forward through Asia. I don't have Asia marked on my chart because I don't trade it anyway. Okay, so let's stop it there. Price has pushed higher. The important thing here, we've not breached a new fractal high. There was no creation of a new fractal high here. So we're just extending that same range. Directional bias is still exactly the same. We've still got strong follow through to the upside. This is our range low. It's still there. So this is our dealing range. Now, so there's 2 things. Strong follow through, you can buy anywhere in this range. Free pickings, yeah? But what you can also do, like I said earlier in the video, if you've done your due diligence and you're testing correctly and you're confident at executing counter trend plays on the expectation that price is likely at some point to create a pullback, we can sell into that as long as that setup provides itself following the very mechanical criteria that we have at the power of 2. So London session has just started. What we want to do, remember our 15-minute range from yesterday, we're going to drag this all the way up. You can see that high breaches here, and this is our highest point. So the 15-minute high is the same as the 4-hour high at the minute, and our low is here. Drag that across here, and let's play it forward. So for sells, we need a sweep of a fractal high, which has to be the most recent fractal high, or a sweep of the range high as well. Now, what do we have here? We have strong follow through. We have a sweep of the 15-minute external range inside London kill zone. So can we take buys here? Yes, we can, because we've not got formation of a new 4-hour fractal high yet. So we can basically continue this. And if it tags us in the trade, we'll continue to take 3-to-1 for as long as it can give us, because we're expecting momentum after a strong follow through. Stop loss size for this will be 16 pips. With a 3-to-1. Let's see if it tags us in or whether it just drops lower. So it dropped lower there. You can see what happened. Now we have an extended sweep here. So forget about this candle. Let me remove this and go back one. Delete that one. Okay, so we have an extension of the sweep. So we remove the pending buy stop from this candle because it created a lower low without tagging us in. We're still inside London kill zone session. We have a much smaller candle so we can get a much tighter stop. This is 6, so we'll give it 7 pip stop loss. Okay, so we have a 3-to-1. Let's see if the trade tags us in. We get a tag on the next candle and pushes higher. Now we don't want to be completely consumed by this trade, because remember, if you are considering counter trend plays, you can also play shorts. Now we don't have a set rule that we must complete this trade before entering another one. Because of course, if the buy doesn't play out and there's a short that sets up, that is an absolute valid trade, fits the plan to a T, we take that one, right? And you know, the buy might not play out, but the sell might. Or the sell might not play out and the buy might play out. As long as they're both valid, you take them both. And it's rare that that happens, but with strong follow through, there are going to be periods like here in a bullish, strong follow through scenario in premium where you'll be looking for buys and sells. That's the only time that that will happen. So let's have a look here. What have we got? This is the range that the entry came from for the buys. But if I create a new range for current price, we've got this low point and we trail back to the most recent fractal. So this is our new 15-minute range. So if we get, and we're still inside London session, and we're very close, if we get a sweep of this fractal, which is also the 15-minute range high, which we get, doesn't matter what candle that closes, as long as the candle does close and we're inside kill zone, which we are, we can place a sell stop. And let's just cover the highs here. Let's give it a 12 pip stop loss. We're covering all buy side liquidity here, playing it a bit safer. We could go tighter, but we're not all about tight stops. 3-to-1 on the sell. We're still in the buy. We're not taking partials. We're not taking break evens. It truly is a set and forget. It's TP or stop loss. And we'll play it forward, see what happens. So we get tagged into the sell. We're still in the buy. We're now outside kill zone, but we're in both trades. The buy hits stop loss, so we got a -1. And we're in between London and New York kill zone sessions here. So here we get some nice volatility to the downside. We've not hit TP on the short yet, but we are moving our range. We've got our most recent fractal and current lows. This is our New York dealing range on the 15-minute. And let's see what happens. We've now got a new fractal high formed. Still in sells from London, But if we're still in premium, we're still looking for counter trend sells. We've got a new fractal here. If that gets swept inside session, which it does, we can take a sell. So this is the candle which swept. We've got a sell stop. How many pips on a stop loss we're going to use on this? We're going to give this one 15. We'll round it up to 15. 3-1. And will it tag us in or will it create an extension? It creates an extension. So with this, you're going to have to be quick because you can see it's a bearish candle and the close is literally at the bottom of the candle. So in this case, me personally, I would market execute because if you are placing a buy stop, price tags like 1 pip lower, it's not going to let you do that. It's not going to let you. And then you're going to place a limit and the trade might go without you. So I would literally market execute right there. So I know I'm instantly in that trade. Straight after I'm setting a stop loss, it's 14.5, so I'm going to round up to 15. So I'd market execute and then I would copy and paste my stop loss in. You've got plenty of time. This is the 15-minute chart. This is not the 15-second chart. You've got plenty of time to put that stop loss in place. So we know we're in this second trade live. Drops in, we get a 3-1 TP on London. So we're up 2% for that day. We're running on the New York position. We're not moving our stops to break even. We're not taking any partials and we hit TP on there. So 3 trades and we're up 5%. So that's 8% in 2 days. We got 4 positions. We got 1 position left, right? New York's finished. We're going to play forward Asia session. Again, it's not on my chart because I don't trade it, but we can see London is around here. We've still got strong follow through. We're still within our 4-hour dealing range. Nothing's changed. What time are we at now? 5:15. Let's move our 15-minute range and find where that is. That is currently here. Move that over. So 7:30 London time. We've got our 15-minute range. Strong follow through. We can buy anywhere. We cannot sell now because we're in discount. We've had our counter trend positions. We've taken 5% from the market and a counter trend play. And we are looking for buy opportunities only now. So let's have a look what happens here. Sweeps the range low in London. We do have a slight wick, so I won't market execute on this. It's different to the sell we had the day before, which really was super close on the close. What have we got here in terms of stop loss? I'm going to give this a 6 pip stop loss. And 3-1. Yeah, quick maths. We'll see what happens. And this is very close to tagging in when you have such a small candle like this. So we'll see what happens. I don't actually remember what happens. There's a quick loss. So we get a -1 during London there. Let me just move this in. But what do we have? We are still within London session and we have a lower low. That's the 5th trade, right? So out of 5, the comment on YouTube was pick EU the 1st of June and the first 5 trades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what are we? We're 8. We're plus 7%. We're always risking 7%. We have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades within 4 days. So if you're wondering if a higher time frame strategy, there's not as many opportunities as the lower time frame, this is 1 pair, remember? We trade at least 3 pairs in evolution markets. We've just recently added in dollar Swiss. So we recommend beginners that come into the course start off with 1 pair. EU is a good one. And then you can add in GU. And dollar Swiss is a nice inversely correlated pair against EU. So if you're looking at buys on EU, you're particularly looking for sells on dollar Swiss. So you asked for the first 5 trades in June 2023 on EU. You've got them. You've also seen the advanced entry type of the extended sweep as well. So here's more free source for you on YouTube. If you enjoyed this and you took value from this, please let me know in the comments. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please make sure you do. I know there's almost 30,000 people that watch my videos, and I've only got 2,000 subscribers. So it's just one button to click and to make sure that you're not missing out on these funded trader interviews, which I'm doing almost every week at the minute. We had over 30 funded traders this week alone in Evolution Markets. Literally a ridiculous amount, changing people's lives. The amount of messages I'm getting on a daily basis from our students saying that we've changed their lives, we've saved their trading career, the fact that they're making more money in a single trade that they used to make in a single month on their salary and their job. It's incredible. And I'll see you on the next one.